Out here outside on the practice fields of TCO Performance Center, I have offensive line coach Chris Kuper. Chris, this is now that the sun's on here, it's some nice weather for OTAs.
Yeah, it's definitely good for my guys, the big fat guys. So
I know I see you guys working there, doing a lot of one-on-ones out there. I know it's a little different, a little harder maybe to really evaluate these guys without pads, but what are you focused on achieving during mini camp?
Really, so what you're seeing is our individual drills working against other offensive linemen, right? So I'm trying to get them to play D-line and O-line, really trying to get our drill work down, because once we get into training camp, you're limited on the amount of time you get to do that. So getting the techniques down, coaching off of indie film, which some guys aren't used to, but it helps try to lament the techniques as we get into actual real football.
How have you seen this group of guys progress from when you've seen them in voluntary workouts to now at the end of minicamp?
Yeah, especially the guys that have been in a system for a while. It's different terms or different words to adjust. They've taken all of it and done a really good job with it, and they've studied it. And between both groups getting equal reps on field 1 and field 2, it really helps to be able to coach that and for these guys to understand those concepts a little bit more. But I couldn't be happier with the group of guys and how they've taken to what we're doing and the techniques, and we'll just continue to build on those once we get to training camp.
A lot of competition at several of the positions. One of them I think that fans have their eyes on the most is that right guard spot. And there are a couple of new faces that are in the mix. Jesse Davis, Chris Reed were added in the offseason. What about those guys made you feel like this would be a good fit here for your line in Minnesota?
Really, I've had experience with Jesse in the past. I was with him for 3 years in Miami. Just evaluating Chris on tape, it's always good to have a couple veterans in the room that have been from other places, can give them perspective, especially when you got guys like them who are cerebral players. They understand what we're trying to do. They've seen these things and heard them in different ways that they can help kind of articulate that when even our assistant Justin Riscotti, he'll start to coach in the room, and just to hear it differently from someone else, it might hit somebody's brain a different way, and they learn it faster, and it becomes more of a default for them.
Do you find that, or how do you find that your past as a player translates to your coaching style?
Well, I've answered this question yesterday, but it's I think the first thing is you don't immediately get respect from people because you played for, you used to be a player. A lot of these guys probably had no idea unless, Kevin told them in a team meeting. But what does help you with is once you earn the trust of the group, right, which comes through, teaching. Really, players, once they know you're going to make them better, right, then that's when the stuff can come out, when the former player can come out and say, I've been in this situation, I've seen these rushes, I've seen how this guy's fit in this gap, and it might not happen at training camp, but it's going to happen down the line, right? So I can articulate those things based on my experiences, and then also watching how our players play, and my guys specifically in my room, how I can detail what they're doing technique-wise, maybe specifically to each player.
How do you think the players would describe you as a coach?
It's hard. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. I don't think they really know me as a coach quite yet. I think in my mind, I'm still trying to earn that trust from the room. And I think when you get to real football, meaning like training camp and the pads, and we can finish a play, I think that's kind of when you'll see, or they will see kind of how, and we're all working towards that to see, I guess my true colors are how I am as a coach.
Yes, this mini camp phase just wrapping up, and now we have the season to look forward to.
Yeah, it's just a little bit, less stressful here, right? 3 to 5 steps, we're stopping up front, so you can't necessarily get beat. They have a little bit of a feeling when that guy got an edge on me, but he's not finishing through the play. So that's when we can kind of take this thing to the next level.
We look forward to seeing what you're going to do with these guys as we head into training camp in about a month. Thank you so much to Vikings offensive line coach Chris Kuper for your time.